about something happening today or an update to something that we've been following for a little while. So we're going to start with this man who was arrested for that hours-long standoff in Jamestown. He was the one where, neighbors who lived by him were, calling and reporting that he had threatened to kill a woman that he was holding there overnight. He had threatened to kill that woman, and that man is now waking up in the Stutsman County Jail. So we're talking about 41-year-old Kevin Garnica, and actually the update with the story is that he actually has new charges that he's facing. So he's now facing 3 felony charges. That's terrorizing, drug paraphernalia, felonious restraint. He also has a few misdemeanor charges, including, or at least for preventing arrests and ingesting a controlled substance. He could get 5 years in prison, $10,000 fine for each felony, but it doesn't end there. 1 year and a $3,000 fine also for each misdemeanor. He's going to be back in court on September 7th. And then, on a lighter note, we had our reporter, Jenna Scott, out at the Fargo Food Truck Festival this morning, and it's back for its 9th year. If you're planning on going today, you're probably like, oh, okay, can't wait to trek it out to the horse park. Actually, it's not going to be at the horse park. For the first time ever, they will be at the Red River Valley Fairgrounds. The reason for that, we heard from Jenna this morning, and she said it's because, they just outgrew the horse park. It just got to be a little bit too small for them to host this annual event, so they decided to move it to the fairgrounds. That's where you can find 20 food truck vendors, non-food vendors, corgi races, which, by the way, that really caught my attention. And then, there's all sorts of challenges as well. Lots of fun at the Fargo Food Truck Festival. So if you're interested in going, it'll cost you about $3 to get in. Kids 10 and under, you can get in free. It's a lucky weekend. All right, let's talk about some of our biggest headlines from this morning. We know bus driver shortage is something that we've been talking about again this morning. That's something that we haven't really touched on, I feel like, in a long time because school's been out, right? Well, Moorhead parents, they might have to try to figure out a way to get their children to school this year. And the school board approved this new transportation plan. And what it does is right now, since the district is short 7 drivers, the new plan means students within 2 miles of Horace Middle School or Moorhead High School, they will not be able to take a bus to school. So that's a change from the usual 1 mile that we're used to. We also heard from Moorhead's their school district's emergency management director, who says rural riders should also be expecting longer ride times as the district obviously tries to fill this gap in drivers. I also heard that they're trying to fill that gap as soon as possible. But big change for Moorhead High School, or for Moorhead students, with this new transportation plan that was approved by the board yesterday. Okay, and then we're kind of following that similar trend when it comes to parents and students in Fargo and West Fargo. So Valley Bus Company is kind of the company that runs bus routes for mostly Fargo schools, but they're saying that all 130 of the routes will be able to run, but mechanics and managers are going to need to drive in order to keep those spots filled. Spokeswoman for West Fargo Public Schools says that they still need 4 drivers to fill up their roster. If you remember last year, West Fargo did have to suspend some of its routes just entirely, which of course affected students. We're talking around 200 of them. Okay, another really big thing right now, you might be seeing this all over your social media as well. I know it was all over mine yesterday, but we do know that one of the largest nursing strikes in U.S. history could be potentially just days away in Minnesota. So this all comes from the Minnesota Nurses Association, and they're planning on holding a vote on Monday, and that is going to determine whether they will go on strike or not. Now, if they do vote to go on strike, 15,000 nurses from the Twin Cities area and Duluth, they're going to be walking out of their jobs after they gave their 10-day notice. And if you're not familiar with, this and the road to strike, I guess, these nurses have been negotiating new contracts since March, and they're asking for better pay and things like that, just to take better care of their patients. But yeah, something that we'll definitely be following for you. And yeah, also sticking in Minnesota, we know that right now Minnesota homeowners and renters, you are running out of time to file your 2020 property tax refund. You have until Monday to do that, just to let you know. Right now, we do know more than 872,000 people have already filed theirs. Average refund is about $1,000 for homeowners, about $700 for renters. So you can always visit the State Department of Revenue's website to see if you even qualify, and then to find out what information you need to file. 2021 refunds, they do not need to be filed until next August. So right now your priority is 2020. Okay, speaking more on a national level of things, we do know that two men who are said to be involved in that shooting at the Mall of America, they are also in jail right now. So we heard from Bloomington Police that 21-year-old Shamar Lark and his accomplice, 23-year-old Rashad May, they were found in Chicago yesterday afternoon. They were actually spotted walking out of a barber shop, and that's when the FBI found their car, pulled them over. So we're trying to learn right now when they're going to be extradited back to Minnesota. Also, overnight, we do now know what former President Donald Trump is going to do when it comes to unsealing the documents related to the search at his home in Mar-a-Lago. We know that he's now going to be cooperating with the DOJ's investigation, the Department of Justice, and he says that he's encouraging the immediate release of those documents. Washington Post is saying the FBI was looking for some classified documents that could be related to nuclear weapons. And we also learned Attorney General Merrick Garland was the one who personally signed off on that search. He says that he plans to help with the unsealing of both the search warrant and the documents they found. Trump has until 2 this afternoon to change his mind about complying with that search. We'll let you know if that happens. Yeah. Okay, also changes for U.S. Postal Service, not necessarily because this is something that we've been seeing for a few years now, but it says that it's going to be raising prices during the peak holiday season. And again, this is going to be for the 3rd year in a row. So temporary price increase on a variety of mail services are going to offset rising delivery costs. These increases are going to range from 25 cents to $6 a package. And that's going to cover individual and business mailings for Priority Mail Express, and First Class Package Service. That change is going to go into effect in October and then last throughout January. Also, Walgreens, if you know any pharmacists, if you are a pharmacist, this might be one for you. Walgreens reportedly, okay, emphasis on the reportedly, is offering signing bonuses of up to $75,000 to attract new pharmacists. Again, this is not a number that's been confirmed by the actual company itself. It's just been reported by people who are familiar with this matter. And just a reminder, signing bonuses do, of course, vary depending on which company you're at. A lot of people are saying most new pharmacists can get or expect less than $50,000. So maybe something worth looking into. Maybe we'll get an update on that soon or some sort of confirmation on Walgreens' behalf. But kind of a great way to attract new pharmacists, I guess. $75K, yeah, I'll take that. Okay, also, sports fans, Minnesota Vikings, they could potentially go into their first preseason game this year without their starting quarterback. I know a lot of Vikings fans are probably like, what is going on? Kirk Cousins left yesterday's practice. Team says it's an unknown illness. But right now they're evaluating him. They don't know if it's COVID or anything like that, but they're evaluating him right now to see if he's going to be good to go for Sunday's game against the Raiders. So we will keep you updated on that. Of course, Hot Mic with Dom Izzo, 9 to 11, WDAY Extra, InForum.com. Of course, as I just told you about Kirk Cousins leading yesterday's practice, Dom is going to be talking a little bit more about that as well, as the Vikings do play the Las Vegas Raiders on Sunday. Of course, the big question right now with many Minnesota sports fans, Vikings fans, is Kirk Cousins going to be there? Dom is going to have a little update on everything Vikings related before their first game. And then, of course, a live update on Tom Hoge's second round in Memphis. He shot 73 yesterday, needs a big round today to play the weekend. So lots to talk about when it comes to our local athletes and the Vikes. All right, InForum.com, we had this story on our show, our newscast this morning. Here's the headline: Downtown Moorhead development to transform Center Mall area, revitalize city center over next 5 years. They're doing that with Roars Development along with a few other partners. But we got to look at some renderings today on First News. So if you missed that, you can check that out right now on our website, InForum.com. And you already know what I'm about to say. I have a really great deal for you, and I don't know how long it lasts, so I think you should take advantage of it. 99 cents a month, for your first 3 months, you can get an all-access pass to InForum.com. It's something that our team uses every single day, whether it's just to learn a little bit more, dive deeper, or fact check, whatever it is. We do use it a lot, and it's something that helps you stay connected to your local community. And it doesn't have to be always just news. There's weather, right? Weather is something that is obviously very important, affects your daily life, and you can get unlimited access to that. You can get unlimited access to sports, anything you need. We got it on inforum.com, and I'm letting you know about this deal. So all you have to do, type in inforum.com/subscribe, and you can get that deal. Again, 99 cents a month for your first 3 months. Okay, we have news at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10, so don't forget to join our evening newscasts. And then we have First News Saturday and First News Sunday. So First News Saturday with Jenna Scott, it's going to be going on from 7 to 8:30. And then First News Sunday, also with Jenna Scott, will be from 7 to 8. So make sure you join her. Should be a great time. And we'll be back here on Monday morning from 5 to 7. All right, hope you guys all have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys back here next week.